Good evening. It says I'm live. I'm looking for the red button. There we got it. All right. I realize tonight this is a big shopping day. I'm hoping the mic is working all right. Should be. I've done all the updates I can on this. Straightened out the problem myself. Uh, Somehow it had turned off the touchpad, and that's the reason I was having problems. All right, we got people coming in. Hello, Lisa. Hello, John. Thank you for coming. All right, we will get this started just in a second. Uh, Tonight's title is Where's Donnie? Ah, and I'm going to start with page 5 as soon as I beat this piece of shit that now wants is declaring himself dictator. Let's talk about the creep. Governor Brian Kemp and wife show up at the White House Christmas party last night. So that puts him back in good stead with King Ding Dong. Uh, you could tell from Tweety Turd's uh, tweets today that he was quite pleased to see him. That also means to me there is probably going to be a whole lot of voter suppression in Georgia. They know they're going to lose that race, but we saw what happened in 2018 that made Kemp governor. So I'm expecting trouble from that. And let's talk about the heated White House meeting about Michael Flynn's idea of martial law. Donnie is desperate. The call from Michael is declare martial law in battleground states and force another election. That is, people, what we call a coup. Evidently, he's also planning at this time not to leave the White House on January 20th. And the military's already said they're going to have no part in martial law. At least the military is holding its own against a desperate man. He wants to overthrow the election. No, what he really wants is he wants to overthrow our government, the democracy, the democratic republic that we live in now. He wants to change to an autocratic republic, like a banana republic. Damn. And you can't make this shit up. And it's sad now to know that for the first time in our history, we're going to have somebody that just wants to declare himself a dictator and take over. Stimulus must get done. And I guess hopefully tomorrow they'll get something done. I've seen everything from 1,200 a stimulus check to $600 to $700 depending on your income. What income? People are losing their jobs still, and they're bickering about your income. Give me a fucking break. And where's Donnie? Fanning the flames of division. He cares nothing for the people, only retaining power. Tweety Turd, and this is not exact. I didn't have time to freeze the screen and write it all down. The hack is not that bad. That is fake news media is making too big a deal out of it. Now, when's he going to come out and say it's a 400-pound guy in his basement on a bed? And he, in this, is disagreeing with Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State, has already said Russia's involvement is probably what it is. Putin played King Ding Dong Donnie for a sucker. They chose to hit during Donnie's denying of a pandemic. That's how long ago it started. Around the time he started, was still calling it a hoax. Russia starts hacking. The King Ding Dong, no, the traitor in chief has lied while his HHS hid data from the pandemic. He and his federal departments wanted heard all along. We kept hearing it from him. Remember that he even said during a town hall that's what he wanted, that it would go away, just have heard. This means that thousands have died, thousands have been infected. No wonder he was pushing no mask at his rallies. Sickening more is what they wanted. Top this off with Russia hacking into our lives, able to steal our money. They hacked into the DOJ, the Pentagon, the CIA, and damn, the Treasury Department. That's where they can get your banking information. Probably now sitting on a desk somewhere in Russia. Republicans suing over early voting in Georgia. This shows they know if all voters can vote, the GOP candidates will lose. And perhaps that's the reason that Kemp is now kissing up to Donnie, because they're going to pull their dirty shit like they did in 2018. The death threats against Democrats and Republicans has to stop. Does it have to cost lives over a man who lost an election and has lied from the day he took office? Realize the longer this goes on, the more the world sees, and it creates doubts in democracy. Is it worth another civil war? I'll ask that of all of you. Mainly those that voted for this asshole. Is it worth a civil war to keep the orange turd in the White House? I don't think that's going to go over with the majority of people, like 7 million more votes for Joe Biden. I don't think that's going over with the majority of the people. And what are we talking about? We're talking about another civil war over a grifter. He wants your money. Get that through your head. And that he will not be president after January 20th, no matter what. His coup d'etat is not going to work. Kudlow came out yesterday and said he doesn't know that it was Russia, Donnie's economic mouthpiece. All they think about is the stock exchange, which I pointed out yesterday. 1% owns the stock exchange, along with the 10%. Most people, including myself, through the Salvation Army, I think I mentioned this, they're still sending me notices that I have quite a bit of money in a portfolio that I have no control over. Biden pushes back on the Pentagon over a pause in the presidential daily briefings from the DOD. They never agreed with a pause. And that is stupid anyway. They get it 7 days a week. They give it whether there's a holiday or not. That's what a president's job is. Of course, this one thought he was on a 4-year vacation, wants to turn it into a 8-year vacation after losing the election. And those briefings would contain information about the Russian cyber attacks, all because of a fat orange brat wants to pretend he won the election, that he lost by a landslide, to use his own words. Michael Flynn's suggestion about martial law and retaining presidency means one thing. Like I said, he's suggesting a coup like in a banana republic. Again, once he can say it just once. He doesn't have to repeat it. We've seen it time and again. Once it's said and heard, that's enough. And you convince those with a little small brain that that's the way to do. That is dangerous. The GOP is allowing a spoiled brat to run and end their party. From the New York Times, Lara Trump served on the board of a company of which Don Khan's political operations spent $700+ million, and most of that, I guarantee you, is going right back into Trump organization, his kids' pockets. And I figured out something else on that too. Connect that with Jared and something like over $1 billion that they don't have to account for. It goes into a shell company or LLC to blind us to where the money went. And I think we know through a company named American Made Media, it's going to Republicans. This is a part of the dark money. This would explain why the hell they can't let go of the orange turd. That's my opinion, but think about it. How is it that they keep holding on to him? It's not over just mean tweets. There's a lot more to it. People are getting money in their pocket. Now the country has 2 COVID vaccines. Well, that's great. The FDA approves the Moderna vaccine. It should be out next week. As this happens, California hospitals in LA County are getting crushed. They are expecting 40% less vaccine. At least there'll be another vaccine available, but it's looking more and more like Donnie had something against Pfizer because it's from Germany. When it's sitting in warehouses in this country and he's having the federal government not to tell him where to deliver it. Shit. Okay, I'm going to skip down through that. And there is one possibility that I did hear on Rachel's show, hosted by Ali Velchi last night. It may be the nor'easter in the northeast causing delays, but it sure is peculiar. Before it was even starting to hit, they were sending out that expect, 40% less vaccine. In this state, 30 to 25% less vaccine. And in California, there were doctors and nurses talked about how they're overwhelmed now. In another couple of weeks, we'll see another surge after Christmas because people will not do the right thing by not traveling. Uh, what is discouraging to first responders are hearing when they're off of work, there is no surge. The virus isn't that serious. And we know what media is pushing that. Fox, OANN, and Newsmax are pushing a narrative that it's not that bad, that this is all still a damn hoax, that the virus is not that serious. Like I was talking about recently, they're pushing the war on Christmas. That bullshit has been going on for 4 years. Remember about Starbucks cups trying to take Christmas away? And that was before a pandemic. Uh, Prepare for Donnie's wave of pardons to begin very soon. The good news, he shouldn't be able to pardon himself. And that's from a lot of constitutional lawyers, that you can't judge yourself. There's great debate on it because no other president, including Richard Nixon, who inquired about it, ever tried it. Georgia Senate race. This week in Georgia early voting is at levels of the presidential election this many days out. Judges dismiss two GOP lawsuits challenging Georgia's absentee ballot rules. Always, always they fight free and fair elections, particularly now as control of the Senate is up for grabs. Top that off with Donnie feuding with the governor and the Secretary of State. He decided not to make a trip to Georgia. Well, he might change his mind after Kemp came in and kissed his ass last night. But the latest word was he doesn't think it's worth going down to Georgia because he's too worried. He's got to stay in the bunker, eat cheeseburgers from McDonald's, and, just generally go out on the weekend and play golf. That's more important than anything else. And Donnie, watch out. Mitch might have a heart attack. He's depending on you going down and backing his candidates in Georgia. Oh, sometimes it's better to laugh than it is to cry. Oh, I appreciate everybody coming. Looks like a good many of you. Oh, yeah. I am proud to see you all here. Hello, George. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Virginia. All right. And the others I said hello to. And let me drop down and see what's going on. Yeah, John. Bunker baby. He can't come out of that White House, but he finds his way to a golf course. Oh, he never wanted the fucking job in the first place. And he's shown he knows nothing about governing. And he had Freudian slips along the way when he first got in office. He referred to our country as his company, and that's what he treated it like. He opened up the grift shop when he was president-elect at Mar-a-Lago. So it's been a plain pattern. And you have to worry about people that see this grifter and what he's doing, and they're still for him. And he's able to convince, it shows they don't have much intelligence if they think that there is actually something to stop the steal. What steal? Shit. All right. Oh, I am thoroughly glad, or I am glad this is my last day of the week. I can use the time off, baby. But I can promise you, I will be back on Monday and I will keep pushing uh, truth to power, baby, because that's all we've got. But we can, and I definitely think this will be so, no matter how he fights it. The military is not going to go along with it. His own Secret Service is not going to go along with it. The only thing I worry about within the White House is he has his own Secret Service that he hired. And I hope it doesn't come down to Secret Service being killed by other, uh, let's call them bouncers, because that's what they are, that he hired. Because there's always been two forces there. He just lets the Secret Service, like what, 150 of them, end up either quarantined or positive with COVID-19. Oh, what a governing, uh, governing he's done. He's made everyone sick that he could because he wanted to follow herd immunity without a vaccine. That's why he's not reacting to vaccine now. He don't give a shit. And I hope some of you Republicans will open your damn eyes and realize you've been taken. All right, that's about all I got, folks, and I'll let you go. Have a good evening. And everybody's drifting out, so I'm drifting out too. I want you to go down, like, share. If you're new here, uh, please subscribe. We have been growing this. We are at 201. It was at 202 the other day. Like I've always said, I'm not for everybody. I realize that. But I can grant you, for the Blue Dot family, I deliver truth to power, and I will keep doing so. All right, that's about it. Peace, resist, persist, and I insist. Keep calling Congress. Tell them they must do the right thing. We can't have people starving in this nation all because you got some little thing that is holding you up from getting relief to the damn people. That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. Help the American people. All right. Have a good one. I certainly will. I'll be back out in comments. I want you to share this shit for me. Let's get it out everywhere we can. We will make a difference in this too. Have a good evening. See you later. Bye bye. Share this shit.